Hi everybody and welcome back to Diana Navarro, Romance de la Otra. Now she sings this in this video as a homage to one of the greatest tenors in the world, and this was taken from one of Diana's earlier concerts 10 years ago when it was in homage to Placido Domingo. Now besides that, I was doing a bit of history on the song because I like to do these things. And I said, we need to know about the copula that she's going to sing. It's referred to as that in Spanish. And what is it about? Because it's dark, it's deep, it's meaningful, it's 8 minutes long. And those kind of homages to people deserve and warrant a bit of background history. And especially if you're in the West and you love flamenco music like I do and Copla music, and you love Diana Navarro as much as I do. And I had, in my last reaction, it was a great surprise from fans to learn that my last reaction, she was in the video with her husband. And that was the handsome man that she was kissing. And I was like, wow, the husband's involved. But when you come down to somebody paying homage to somebody, can you imagine Diana Navarro singing to you? Even if you are an accomplished person like Domingo, he must have sat there and went, wow, what a performance, what a singer, as you're going to see. But again, we can't start this video if you don't know anything about the song. And I've done my research, and this is what I've come up with, because this is what I do in my channel. Now, Diana is a Spanish singer. She rose to fame in 2005 with the famous singer Solo from her first album, and she was nominated for the Latin Grammy for the Best New Artist in 2005. Her songs usually mix genres like copula, I don't know why I'm saying copula today. Copla, sorry everybody. And flamenco with different rhythms like Arabic or classical music. But the one thing that she does is when she sings copla music with flamenco, I think it's flamenco in this as well. It's my first time watching this. I went back and I found a very little interesting history to the song itself. So we're going to learn a little bit about, as I said, about this particular song was inspired from a Mexican drama film called The Other One that was directed by Roberto Gavaldon, starring Dolores Del Rio, and its country of origin was Mexico, and obviously the language of the film was Spanish, of course it was. And this film is about, at a Christmas party, Maria, played by Dolores Del Rio, learns that Magdalena, her twin sister, has a comfortable lifestyle. Maria kills her sister and assumes the identity and lifestyle. However, her life becomes complicated by the late sister's sleazy boyfriend, Fernando, played by Victor Junco, and by Roberto Agustin Irusta, who loved the dead Maria. So that gives you the background and the birth of a song, because this song is called Romance de la Otra, and it's a romance of the other. Because as I studied the lyrics open up with, why is she dressing in black? In black, if she hasn't lost anyone. And I wondered where that came from, and that's the connection. It comes from, you know, there is Diana singing this song, and it's about one twin sister singing about the death of, that she's just killed her twin sister, of the other, and it's about the complicated situation that she finds herself in. Now, I went back further in my because this is what I do in the bio, and the conception and the delivery of this song has been covered by many famous flamenco and copla singers in Spain. And one of the earliest recordings was from a very famous person called Shell Piquer. And she was born on December the 8th, 1906 in Valencia. And when she was 11 years old, he made a debut in the Theatre in Valencia, and artistically known as Concha Piquer, was an actress, one of the most relevant figures of Copla, and she performed several key compositions of Spanish song, almost all of them the work of Quintero Leon and other famous people, and she sang Tattoo and However I Love You and many others to her credit. So it goes right back to 1906, the origins of the Copla flamenco song that Diana is singing, that gave birth to the film. Do you understand now? That gave birth to that film in 1945 by Robert Gavaldon, starring Dolores Del Rio. And then you fast forward and you've got Diana paying homage to Domingo, Placido Domingo, and she is singing this song, inspired all the way back from the film, all the way back from the origins. So that's your history to this song, and that's it. That's everything. Short and sweet, as they say. It's all live, so we'll just get started with her walking on stage. Take it away, Diana Navarro. Everybody else, do not switch off. You're going to absolutely love this performance. Do come back for my interpretation of the lyrics, inspired from the 1945 film.
Muy buenas noches. Para usted, maestro.
Porque se viste de negro, ay, de negro, si no se le ha muerto nadie. Porque está siempre encerrada, ay, porque como la que está en la cárcel, porque no tiene familia, perrito que la ladre, ni flores que la divierta, ni risa que la acompañe. Del porqué de este porqué la gente quiere enterarse. 4 suspiros responder y no los entiende nadie, y no los entiende nadie. Yo soy la otra, y a nada tengo derecho, porque no llevo un anillo con una fecha por dentro. No tengo ley que me abone, ni puerta donde llamar, y mi alimento escondía de tu beso y tu paz. Con tal que vivas tranquilo, ¿qué importa que yo me muera? Te quiero siendo la otra, como la que más te quiera. una noche vinieron, ay, ¿por qué? A leerme la sentencia. El hombre que te ofrecía ya no es tuya compañera de azares y velos blancos, se viste en la calle, lo lleva. ¿Cómo fue tu voluntad? Mi boca no te dio queja, cumple con lo que ha afirmado, que yo no valgo la pena, que yo no valgo la pena. Yo soy la otra, y a nada tengo derecho, porque no llevo un anillo con una fecha por dentro. No tengo ley que me abone mi puerta donde llamar, y mi alimento escondía de tu beso y tu paz. Con tal que vivas tranquilo, ¿qué importa que yo me muera? Te quiero, siento. La otra, como la que más te quiera. No tengo ley que me abone ni puerta donde llamar, y mi alimento escondía de tu beso y tu paz. Con tal que vivas tranquilo, ¿qué importa que yo me muera? Te quiero, siento. Y la otra, como la que más te quiera.
Absolutely brilliant. That's him. Well, we'll leave it at that because there's a lot of lyrics to go through. Isn't she just incredible? I have always been a big fan of two of the biggest divas in Spain. Diana in flamenco copla crossover pop is one of them, and also opera crossover soprano pop is another, and that's Monica Naranjo. The two of them you cannot beat. You cannot beat when it comes to performance. Diana Navarro holds one of the longest notes in flamenco history. In her song Solo, she holds it for 2 minutes. In that song, there's a particular performance where it's quite a long version and she holds that note. Can you imagine holding a note for that long? Try it just for a few seconds. It's so incredibly unimaginable to somebody like myself, but to Diana, that's what she's noted for. And do check that particular single out on YouTube as well. As always, description, questions and answers, there's a link, and it'd be worth you clicking onto that to know more about this artist, how she thinks about her music. But let's get straight into the lyrics themselves. You can understand why I did the background to the song and gave you the information about the film and about the actors, because it's very important that when you listen to somebody like Diana singing like that, singing a particular song like that, that you understand what she's singing about and that you understand where the origins come from. I never understand reactors really reacting to a song and they're saying, oh, she sang very beautiful and oh, made me very emotional. I don't understand. I'm a music reactor. I react to the music, to the lyrics. You need to have bio, you need to have information. Otherwise, the song becomes worthless and empty and it doesn't mean anything. So I hope I've filled that little gap. We open up with, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, why is she dressing in black starts? But you know why, because the singer, she's representing a sister who's just killed her sister out of jealousy, and she's dressing in black, so she's mourning the moment. So we know why. And if she hasn't lost anyone, why is she always locked up? Aye, why? As if she were in jail. Well, obviously after her actions of her sister, she is in jail mentally, because she's imprisoned herself now for the rest of her life, knowing her actions caused, and her jealousy and her rage caused the death of her sister. So we continue. Why doesn't she have a family, or a little dog barking, or flowers to be entertained, or laughters not to be alone? So this is in reference to herself and her life. People were asking those questions. She doesn't have a family, she's single, she doesn't have flowers delivered to her door by an admirer or a loved one. And it continues that because of this why, people want to figure out the response of the four sighs, and nobody understands them, and nobody understands them. So people, the four sighs are, oh, I'm on my own, oh, people are talking about me. This is paranoia setting in, and oh, everyone's talking about me when they're not, and nobody understands me. It's just how my life is. But nobody really cares. Now, in the refrain it says, I am the other, and to nothing I have rights, because I don't wear a ring with a date inside. So everything is about, you know, the song is about the upsets when you are young and a woman and vibrant, yet you're not married. And because it's incredible that, honestly, I grew up with knowing that if you were a single woman and went married by 16 to 18, even my mother had that way with my sisters, you know, you've got to meet somebody, you've got to settle down, you've got to have children. God, am I glad we're in 2022 and things have changed, and that young women today can be bisexual, can be transsexual, you can be whatever you want to be in life. Sexually, you can be whatever you want to be. Career-wise, you can do what you want in life, and there's no pressures on you to get married and have children. Isn't it great? So enjoy your life, everybody who are between the ages of 14 upwards, because you have a different generation, a different way of thinking now, which is great. But in those days you had to be married. So it comes, because it mentions here, because I don't wear a ring. So it continues, I have no law to defend me or door on what to knock, and I feed myself in hiding of your kisses and your bread. In other words, you know, when you, it's like, it goes back to the parable, a biblical parable, this, about Jesus feeding the 5,000 with the piece of bread. And the pieces of bread are very symbolic in lyrics of humbleness, and, you know, like, you know the way pigeons eat bread when you throw bread to the pigeons, and they all scavenge them. It's like you'll accept anything, a bit of attention, a bit of love, acknowledgement that you're a woman and you exist. And this is what happened in the film with the sister who was feeling very lonely whilst all the admirers went to her twin sister. So she was feeling like this. And it continues, why were not on your lips, your lips, that were the evil tongues, the ones that one came, to read the sentence. So what that's talking about is evil tongues. You know, people were whispering behind closed doors, her sister's very popular, but she's not. So there was this continuous animosity and jealousy. And it continues, the name they offered you, no longer it's yours, my friend. In orange blossoms and white veil, it's dressed the one who carries it. Since it was all your will, my mouth didn't give you a complaint. Carry out what you have sighed, that me the trouble I am not worth. So in other words, even though she got rid of the sister, what she learned to her upset was that the men suitors that chased her sister were now mourning her sister, and the attention wasn't going to her that she thought might come to her, and that loneliness be filled without her sister being in the picture. It didn't happen that way. And if you want to know more about this song and more about what happened in the film, then what I would say to you is go and check out the Mexican drama film called The Other One. And it's in English translation, so you'll be able to enjoy it as well. It's in black and white, but you'll enjoy it. And if you like Copla, why am I saying Copla today? I'm so sorry, Spanish people listening to me. Copla music and flamenco music. I think I need another coffee. That's my problem. If you want to know more about the song and the lyrics, do check out that film. So we come to the end of the lyrics, we come to the end of the film. You've had a history now to the background of what Diana was singing, and that was taken 10 years ago in homage to Placido Domingo, and the euphoria at the end of that, the adulation is just incredible, because Diana Navarro is one of those singers you never get bored of, and you just seen why. Thank you for listening. I hope you comment, I hope you like, and tell me your favorite song, and maybe I'll get round to reacting to that as well. I hope so soon. Until then, please subscribe. All my videos are in Spanish language, all of them, and there's a lot of Spanish artists on my channel waiting for you to listen to their music as well, so please do. Until the next Diana Navarro reaction, I say adios, hombres, chicas of España, and gracias por escucharme.